actually a 1965 Ford, but I was in Minnesota where I was born and mostly raised, and a friend of mine in high school, he had lived in Tempe. So I guess a little bit of sense of adventure. Hobbies, that's probably easy. My wife and I have gotten into birding, and we do take some grief for that, as some people think that's an old people activity. We don't think we're old, but we do enjoy that because it involves traveling and camping, and which is another thing that we like to do, and gives us a chance to see different parts of the state and even the country. We're really passionate about the people we love and care about, our family. I have 3 sons and a daughter-in-law, and I mentioned a granddaughter, and of course the extended family, basically all over the country that we care about, and so it's basically people. I love Scottsdale, I really do. One thing, I worked for the city of Scottsdale for 30 years, so I was personally involved, either directly or indirectly, helping to make it a unique place, and I truly do think Scottsdale's unique. As I've traveled a bit other countries and throughout this country, and it just seems like Scottsdale is, I think it's cut above most other places. It's clean, the school systems are really good. We raised 3 boys here all the way through high school and into college, and I just have always felt Scottsdale was a special place, and I still do. I am Integrity Home Repair. I do home repair. Basically, I'm a handyman. And how I got into that it's kind of interesting and almost accidental. I spent 10 years in the maintenance field, taking care of water systems and actually some homes and mobile homes. It was kind of a unique situation while I worked for the city. It kind of taught me that not only that I was able to do those types of things, being maintenance, home repair, but that I liked it. And then as time went on, I was doing other things for the city, for my job, and on weekends I was helping. There were a couple of widow ladies that lived on our street, and they just needed help, you know, screwing in light bulbs and fixing toilets and just mundane things like that. And they were having a hard time finding anybody to do those things. And they would call somebody, and if somebody actually said they would come out, they would show up, or they weren't honest. And I began to see that there's a definite need for that type of service. And I had, over a period of time, I realized what these widows were saying, that they just needed somebody to, 1, show up, 2, be honest, 3, and do what they say. And I thought, you know, I can do that. I am taking care of problems that people have they don't know how to take care of. It's not very difficult usually. Sometimes it can be, but I'm providing a service that people need, and I enjoy that. And my aptitude always has been fixing things. It's a nice experience because it seems like we become more than just a guy that comes in and fixes things, but we become friends, or we become quite friendly. And callbacks and referrals are real important to me, and most of my customers, they do call me back time and time again, and I enjoy that. I get to know them a little bit, and it's just, I like that. My wife and I go to Mexico 4 times a year. 2 of those times are building houses for needy families, and the other 2 times are follow-ups, trips to go visit some of the families who we built for, because my wife, being my wife, she's not satisfied with just going down there, building a house and coming back, but we end up adopting those families, so to speak, and they become friends. And so we go down, we visit them, and try to help them any way we can. So that's kind of an important way where I'm able to give back. It's just through the flexibility of my schedule, and of course the resources, the finances that come with my business and being somewhat successful at it. It just allows us to do things like that. Well, I think success is perhaps in business or in one's job is enjoying what you do. You know, there can be financial things involved that make you feel successful. That's always nice, but I think it's just enjoying what you do and looking forward to what you do. If you want to be in business and you want to be successful, 1, you need to be honest. 2, you need to do what you say you're going to do. 3, you need to show up, if that applies. And I was talking to a friend of mine a few years ago, and as I was kind of explaining this, because it's kind of my philosophy in my business, and as I go work for people in their homes especially, he was having kind of a major remodel or an addition onto his house, and was complaining to me about every afternoon he'd go home from work and he'd spend 2 hours cleaning up after the crew that had been there while he was gone at work. And so I got from that, I said, you know, the 4th thing we need to do is clean up after ourselves. So that's kind of 4 things that I think will help. And of course, it kind of depends on your situation and the type of work you're in. But for me, that works, and I think people appreciate that. My name is John Stumbo, and I am Scottsdale.